Hey there, train enthusiasts. Welcome back to our channel, where we explore the fascinating world of trains. In today's video, we're going to delve into the gripping history of train accidents. But before we begin, let's take a moment to appreciate the incredible invention that revolutionized transportation. Trains were first discovered and developed during the early 19th century, with George Stephenson's invention of the steam locomotive in 1814. Approximately the total rail line distance in the world is estimated to be over 1.1 million kilometers, 700,000 miles. Now that we've established the incredible impact of trains, let's dive into the darker side of their history. The top 10 train accidents that shook the world. Number 10, Quintins Hill Rail Disaster of 1915 UK. This collision involving 5 trains remains the deadliest rail accident in British history. Was caused by a signal miscommunication. The trains involved were traveling at various speeds. The collision resulted in a massive fire, tragically claiming the lives of 226 people and injuring many others. Number 09, the Esky train disaster of 1998 Germany. A high-speed train derailed due to a wheel failure, causing a catastrophic crash. The train was traveling at a speed of 125 miles per hour, 200 kilometers per hour, at the time of the accident. The disaster claimed the lives of 101 people and left many others injured. Number 08, Saint-Michel-de-Maurienne Derailment, France. The train number 612 carrying about 1,000 French soldiers from the 45th and 46th Divisions, who were returning home for Christmas from the Italian front during World War I. The accident occurred on a steep 17-kilometer slope between Modane and the Saint-Michel-de-Maurienne station, as a result of the train's failing brakes. As the train began to descend, it got too heavy and all of its cars collided. The train eventually caught fire. Over 700 soldiers were killed in the 530-ton 19-car train collision. It happened in 1917 and is considered the worst railroad accident in French history. Number 7, Odisha train accident of 2023, India. Train 1, the Coromandel Express, was supposed to travel on the main line, but a signal was given for the loop line instead, and the train rammed into a train 2, goods train, already parked over there. Its coaches then fell onto the tracks on either side, also derailing the train 3, Howrah Superfast Express. More than 300 people have died and 900 people injured in India's worst rail crash in over 2 decades. Number 6, Al-Ayat train disaster February 2002 Egypt. Train with 11 cars was overloaded with Egyptians who were traveling home for Eid al-Adha, Muslims' biggest annual festival. The train was engulfed with fire after one of the passengers lit a gas stove. The inferno spread to other cars, but the train engineer carried on for several miles. The blazing train finally stopped at Al-Ayat, but 7 of its cars had been burnt, causing the deaths of at least 370 people and leaving many others injured. Number 5, the Torre del Bierzo rail disaster of 1944. Bierzo, Spain. During World War II, a runaway train carrying flammable materials derailed and collided with a stationary train. The collision caused a catastrophic explosion, resulting in the death of over 500 people and injuring hundreds more. Number 4, Guadalajara train disaster, Mexico. The rail accident in January 1915 was reported to have killed over 600 people. Due to brake failure, the overloaded train veered off its tracks and plunged into a canyon. The train engineer, according to reports, lost control while speeding down a steep slope. As the train sped through the curves, many passengers were thrown from it. People were clinging to the train's roofs and under the cars because it was so packed. Number 3, Bihar Train derailment, India. A cyclone struck a train traveling from Mansi to Saharsa in 1981. The train derailed from a bridge and plunged into the Bagmati River in Bihar, India. The monsoon season had begun prior to the railroad accident, and the water level was higher than usual. Hundreds of passengers were swept away in the flood waves. The rescue operation, which started a few hours later, was also hampered by heavy rain. The train crash killed over 800 people, and is still considered the deadliest in the history of India. Number 2, the Ufa train disaster of 1989. Soviet Union, now Russia. The Ufa train disaster was an explosion that involved 2 passenger trains and about 40 train cars attached to 2 locomotives. The explosion was caused by a leakage in the gas pipeline. This created a dense, highly flammable cloud in the air. Sparks were released as the trains moved past each other and a blazing fire was ignited. The train was traveling at a speed of 60 miles per hour, 97 km per hour, at the time of the incident. The disaster claimed the lives of 575 people and left many others injured. Number 01, Sri Lanka Tsunami Train Wreck. The train was destroyed by the Indian Ocean tsunami on December 26, 2004. It was a holiday weekend in Sri Lanka due to the full moon. And the Christmas holiday weekend. The 8 train cars were filled and the doors couldn't open when the train was swamped. The crowded passenger train was struck by 2 waves. The train cars were flooded when the first wave hit. A massive wave slammed into the train, smashing it against the trees. As a result, the death toll was estimated to be at least 1,700 people. That concludes our list of the top 10 train accidents in history. These incidents serve as somber reminders of the importance of safety measures, proper communication, and infrastructure maintenance in the railway industry. If you found this video informative, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. Safety should always be a top priority. Stay safe, and until next time.